Hello, Taurus. Welcome in. Welcome back. How you doing? I hope everybody's having a beautiful day today. If you haven't been with me before, hello, welcome in. My name is Priscilla. I'm a psychic medium, tarot reader, healer, empath, and I also have the abilities of a telekinesis, which I will demonstrate for you somewhere in the reading. Okay. But let's get right to the reading. We all live different lives and we're all on different timelines. So please take what resonates and leave the rest to the universe. Okay, so subscribe to my channel so my spirits and I can pick up on your energy, being that it's an energy exchange. Okay, I do a form of necromancy, which is speaking to my spirits or to the other realm, to my ancestors through my pendulum. Okay, so they're saying yes. Of course, this is yes, that's no. And I have different ways of communicating with them. Okay. All right. So right now, let's get right into the reading. Let's see what messages that spirit have for you, my beautiful Taurus collective. All right. And again, it's a collective reading. Please don't force the reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest to it belongs to. All right. So let's see what the present energy is for my beautiful Taurus. What is going on with the current energy? Present energy of Taurus. Yeah, lovers. Ooh, lovers. All right. For some of you, you're just in your lover mood right now. Something to do with your other half, your partner. Maybe, your unity, your soulmate. Somebody who is made for one another. This can also be lovers. Okay, this is some kind of connection of some sort. All right, Gemini energy. What influences you is a completion. Maybe for some of you, you just got married or you just got engaged. All right, there was some kind of completion with your other half or your connection here, your partner, or your harmony of some sort. Leo energy here. But definitely fulfillment. There's harmony, definitely harmony right now in something that you did or you're celebrating or something. Maybe engagement just happened. Again, this ain't for everyone. Take what resonates and just move on, okay? The world, but definitely somebody got married, engaged, completed something with their other half, okay? And look at that, Ace of Pentacles. Past issues, the basis of the situation is money, new beginnings. All right, new beginnings, new resources, new career, opportunities, manifestation, abundance, stability, security, prosperity. All right. This has something to do with your marriage or this person. But there's definitely new beginnings here. Immediate past here is King of Wands. Sagittarius. Protective. This is a born leader. You can be dealing with a fire sign, a Sagittarius, a Leo, Aries. This is what's behind you, a King of Wands here. Let's see. What crowns you right now is 10 of Wands, burdens, responsibilities. Maybe you're feeling, burdened about something, responsible. For some of you, maybe there's somebody marrying for money here. I hate to say that. This is hard work, though, struggles. This is what's crowning you right now. The thoughts of, regarding the situation. This can be that you don't want to get married. There's burdens here. You're completing something, new beginnings. Maybe you don't want to get married. Maybe somebody's lifting the burdens off of you right now as well. Could be that as well. What's the immediate future? What's about to happen? Maybe immediate future. This is Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords, sorry. For some of you, you're feeling powerless right now. So this is like mentally trapped, helpless, restricted. maybe some kind of dilemma right now, but this is definitely victim mentality. The devil's right here, overcoming addiction, maybe somebody. There's anticipation. Maybe somebody's, has to regain control with something. Gemini energy. You could have Gemini in your rising or in your chart, somewhere in your chart. Let's see. Your fears are is this King of Wands, of this Queen of Wands. Maybe it's a couple. Maybe it's a couple. This is a fear of a king of somebody's mom, maybe, or something to do with that. This is Aries energy. Somebody who's very confident, attractive, passionate, independent, social butterfly. And then we have for how others see you as the Nine of Cups, being content, being blessed, being in abundance. All right, having material success. This is how other people see you. Being happy, being just content where you are, you know. And this is what you really hope for, is saving money here. Need for control, okay? Saving money. This is also somebody, a fear of change, okay? Hoarding maybe money, greedy. This is breadcrumbing. But I feel for some of you I'm talking to is what you really wish for is saving money. For some of you, you're keeping something back, you're withholding something. All right, there's definitely somebody withholding something from someone or whatever that is, withholding information, withholding your emotions, whatever. But there's also need for control here. But somebody here is definitely need for money or saving money. Okay. The Chariot. This is what you really wish. I'm sorry. This is the outcome. Your answer to your question is the Chariot. That's right. Moving forward with ambition, confidence, direction, willpower, focus, determination, success. Somebody's just gonna, come through. You're gonna be good. There might be maybe somebody has car problems right now. Okay, but having a bit of a car problem. But this is, for the most part, the outcome is good. The Chariot. This is ambition, direction, knowing where you're going, having confidence. What else? Yeah, having a different perspective here. The Hangman. This is what crowns you. And the High Priestess. Yeah, in your third eye. Somebody here is very intuitive. All right, very intuitive here. Yeah, something is. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. We have Pisces energy here. Earth signs are here. Water signs are here. So, yeah, for some of you, you're really listening to your higher self. You have a different perspective, and you're listening to your intuition now. All right, you have a new perspective of something. Maybe this can be also, spiritual awakenings of some sort too. Seeing something in a different light here. This is something to do with inheritance. There's some kind of family stability, a strong foundation. This is money, a job, and this is communication. So something to do with your job. Maybe I just heard resumes. Maybe you're sending your resumes out, or I don't know, manifesting new job. There's judgment here again. I feel like a spiritual awakening, a reflection of some sort, some kind of awareness, maybe awareness of some kind of inheritance or something like that. Yeah, there was chaos. Chaos. The Tower. Your gut feeling told you something about something. I don't know, but Yeah, something came to a tower here. Something just, opened up here, all right? And left somebody in anxiety. Somebody here, this is what grounds you. No, I'm sorry. This is, it's, the sacred chakra is 9 of swords, all right? So we have the 8 of swords and the 9 of swords. Somebody's definitely here feeling, a little anxiety, despair here, feel like can't sleep at night, nightmares, has insomnia, overwhelmed with some kind of, burden here. There's definitely some kind of burden, and somebody can't sleep about because there's judgment here, some kind of reflection or awareness, or with chaos, and it's a big sudden change of some sort, some kind of loss, you know trauma. Now somebody can't sleep at night. And then again, anxiety. All right, anxiety came out twice here. This is what grounds you. Stagnation, which is the 2 of swords. Burnout. For some of you, you're burnt out. You're exhausted. You can't sleep at night. Have some kind of anxiety about something here. There's anxiety about some kind of burdens here. All right, when you just want to be happy, trying to save your money here. What else? What else for the Taurus collective? Multiple dogs. There's 2 dogs here. White cats are significant. White dogs are significant. The letter B, the letter J is also significant. Gerald, Jerry, Jeremiah, Jessica, Jeremy, Hermit. Okay, I got Hermit here. Solitude. Somebody here is just soul searching, is being alone right now, is being alone, soul searching. For some of you, you follow the moon, all right? You follow the astrology. Some of you witches or something like that, or follow the occult, or follow something like that, all right? But some of you are just in solitude. You have a different perspective on something here. Maybe you're soul searching, looking for somebody, answers, therapy or something, some answers from somebody. They're saying just to listen to your intuition. Your third eye is open, all right? Because third eye, is open here. Again, you can have a Pisces in your chart. You can be dealing with the Pisces, but this is Pisces energy. But 5 of Pentacles, maybe somebody left you out in the cold. This King of Wands, again, he came out again, taking charge, board leader. This is who in your immediate past. Maybe this guy left you out in the cold, or this girl left you out in the cold and left you, rejected, lonely, without money or something like that. That's why there's burdens and, breadcrumbing or saving money or being stingy and greedy. But this is you wishing here. Replaying events, suffering in silence, maybe about this happy family, about your happy home or something like that. What's this judgment? What's judgment here? Internal conflicts, remain in darkness or embrace the light, they're saying. They're saying, remain in darkness or embrace the light. And look at the light right above that judgment, okay? Internal conflict. You becoming aware of something here. You're becoming aware. Your high priestess is coming out. So, I don't know, whatever is going on in your mind or whatever, it's probably going to create chaos or, some kind of painful loss or tragedy, whatever, chaos. Listen to your intuition. Yeah, 6 of Swords. Leaving somebody, moving on to calmer waters, leaving the past behind, leaving the baggage behind, ready to move on to better times ahead. All right. And that's with the chaos, with the tower. I'm sorry. So for some of you that, with the tower and the Six of Swords here, you're definitely moving away from all the chaos and all the drama. All right, moving on to calmer waters, not wanting to deal with the baggage anymore, baggage free. For some of you, you love flowers. Flowers are significant. The outside, the birds are significant. Love the earth, barefooted, something like that, being barefooted. But here we go with the judgment once again. Okay, judgment's being called. Two different decks, same card. Judgment. All right, renewal of love, past actions. There's consequences, some kind of consequences here. It's a kind of awakening of some sort, but this is why, this anxiety. Maybe somebody got some kind of karma too. I feel there's some kind of karma that's hitting here. Maybe somebody's abandoning something, or I don't know here, abandoning change or something. Somebody's ready to move on here. It's just straight chaos. You can be dealing with the Scorpio. Okay. Divine timing. All right, this is what grounds you. Divine timing. So something that's leaving you in this, anxiety over here, not resting. Okay, because we got the four of swords in reverse. So this is something that being burnt out, being exhausted, losing faith. But it says patience is needed here. Surrender to the unknown. It's all in divine timing. So whatever, that you're going through, 1646 on the clock, whatever that means, 47, that number is significant. The number 47, 1947, but divine timing, 1974, is significant. Here they're saying patience is needed. So if you have anxiety or, something, you're losing faith, they're saying to have patience because everything is happening in divine timing. It doesn't matter what it is, bad or good. Everything happens in divine timing when it should happen. It was supposed to happen like that. Okay? So just go and, let go and let God. Let's see, what else? Where do you want me to go from here? Okay. The color lavender purple is significant. And I also, old time, like I feel like, with the chandeliers and everything, I feel like somebody here, loves like the old times, the old, I want to say, 17, the Victorian, the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, like with the olden era, like that. Oh, what else here for Taurus? Taurus. You gotta tell me for Taurus, Spirit. Subscribe to my channel. Don't forget, and like. Helps me come back and it keeps me motivated, guys. You know what I'm saying? So just, costs nothing and it takes 2 seconds. Just like real quick, all right? If you vibe with me, or let me know how this resonates with how this reading resonates with you. All right? Yeah, abundance. 42. You can be 42 years old. 24 significant. April 24th is here. It says 42, 24. All right. You're attracting more success and prosperity in your life, career, finances, self-employment. For some of you, you're trying to find money with self-employment. Maybe you had a different, perspective in life. Maybe that's why, you're soul searching, you're trying to find something, to do by yourself. Okay. When man moves away from nature, his heart becomes hard. Again, I feel like there's nature lovers here, big time nature lovers. Loves the flowers, the birds. Love the birds. Maybe feed the birds. Maybe something to do with the birds. Something to do with farming. Maybe you want to create your own thing outside, your own garden. For some of you, I feel like there's a garden that's being done or something like that, or you want a garden of some sort, planting stuff. Okay, well, what else? toxic love. 1974 significant again with the 47. Okay, 47 is also significant. 74, those two numbers. Don't pollute your body by holding on to what you think is for you. Okay, this is not aligned, drama, low vibrational, whatever this is. Somebody that's something or someone that's going to be leaving you out in the cold. Okay, so they're saying toxic love. So whoever this is, right above that is, Five of Pentacles, meaning, leaving you out in the cold. All right, financial burdens and stuff, feeling rejected. So they're saying not aligned, drama. Don't pollute your body by holding on to what you think is for you. And this can be with anything. Okay, this can be with a person or a thing. All right, and then it says love. The number 23 is significant. The number 32 is significant. Okay, the 23rd of the month, April 23rd. True love will find you and it will awaken your soul. It says romance, love what you do. They're saying soulmate. I don't know. Somebody's wishing here, but with the 10 of Pentacles, I feel like, for some of you, you're dealing with your soulmate right now. But so maybe somebody's suffering in silence, wishing for something here. Wishing for something. I don't know if that's, something. I don't know. Maybe you're dealing with a water sign as well here, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. What is this? Judgment. With an internal conflict. What is this? Remaining darkness on embrace the light. Waiting. Yeah, something to do with waiting here. While you're waiting, ask yourself, is it worth waiting for? Expectation, hopeful, delays, stagnation. That's what this is. Stagnation. Just like with this, right here, what grounds you. Again, stagnation. Something that you're waiting for is the spirit is saying, ask yourself, is it worth waiting for? You might have to move on. All right. There might be, something would change here with this tower also, a sudden change. But, it says delays, and it says while you're waiting, ask yourself, if it's worth waiting for, is it worth waiting for? So I don't know. There's little sayings here though. Force no matter how concealed begets resistance. So you can't force anything, all right? Like don't force the reading, all right? You can't force anything, all right? You can't. The bird who has eaten cannot fly with the bird that is hungry. That's right. Birds of a feather flock together. Straight up. All right, birds of a feather flock together. That's significant here. The bird who has eaten cannot fly with the bird that is hungry. All right. More sayings. Certain things catch your eye, but pursue only those that capture your heart. All right. So all that glitter is not gold. Okay. Juggling. This is, two of Pentacles. Juggling career, love, and issues leaves space for no memories. That's right. Again with the 47. I don't know. Something to do with the number 47, guys, or 74. So third party, many things are in motion right now. That's probably why you can't sleep or something. There's a lot of burdens. There's many things in motion. You're balancing, career, love, and issues leaves no space for memories. So create memories, okay, guys? Don't forget to create memories. This is what spirits want you to do. Life is fast. Life is short. 1 minute you're 20, the next minute you're a second you're 40. The next second so create memories straight up. All right. So prayer. The number 17 is significant here. May 17th. So whatever you ask for in prayer, believe and it will be yours. May 10th is also significant. Worship, devotion, pleading, faith. All right. So this is prayer, straight up prayer. And this is judgment, right? It's right over judgment. So this is definitely like somebody going to church, or says consequences to something that came about here, but judgment came out twice. All right. So that's some kind of reflection, some inner calling, some, being forgiven, awareness, awakenings again. Okay, maybe for somebody going back to church or they're praying. I feel like I just heard altar of some sort. Maybe for some of you, you're going, you're praying more. All right, you're praying more, but definitely judgment and prayer. That's strong right there. You can be 33 years old. The number 33 is significant, though. You can have 3 kids, you can have 6 kids, 9 kids, or, the number 9 is significant as well. And it says divine light, just with divine timing. They both came out together. Okay, 1970 is also significant. This is, being personal transformation, it says, but divine light and divine timing on awakening again. Okay, the light of divine love is shining through you and in your life right now. Again, I feel like somebody had a spiritual awakening or some kind of something to do with prayer or spirituality, a renewal of some sort, restoration, a rebirth of some sort, a birth, an awakening. All right, if this is you, congratulations. I love you. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Okay. All right. So this concludes your reading. Um, let me just give you a character card before I go. I don't know why you want me to do this real quick, but okay. And all right, let's go. What do you want for Taurus? Who we talking to? Or I don't know. It's a confirmation. They just said it's a confirmation. A volunteer, self-devotion, willingness. Somebody who, a spirit of service, a dedication of some sort. Rabbits are significant. You can be a veterinarian. Or you have a lot of animals, or you love animals. This is a player. Somebody came out in reverse. Somebody who doesn't want to be a player no more, maybe. A socialite of charm. Expert of romance. Leisure life. Or something like that. Okay. And then criminal came out. All right. Criminal. Transgressor of justice. Prison. Parole. Discipline. This can be somebody who is, a cop or something like that. Dealing with criminals. Something to do with that, though. Criminal. All right. Prison, parolee, discipline, it says. Transgressor of justice. One more of these to wrap up the reading. What else do you want to tell Taurus? I smell like fire. I don't know. The number 23 popped out. Number 2332 again. And it came out in the reverse. You want me to leave it out in the reverse? Want me to leave it in the reverse? They do not. So inner child healing. All right. This came out in the last reading. I just did Aquarius. You might have Aquarius as in your chart somewhere, but this is going inside to explore our authentic feelings and parts of us that may have been rejected and labeled as inappropriate or too much by others, especially by our own caregivers. Okay. So this is inner child healing, something to do with your inner child healing with your parents, your mom, your dad, or whatever. 23, the number is significant. Okay. April 23rd, April 24th. The number 23 is significant, and 32. Okay. Let me give you an angel number for my beautiful Taurus, and then I'm going to really wrap it up for real, okay? All right, 2200. You can be seeing these numbers, 2200 or 222 or 2020. You can have a 20-year-old or something like that. But there is divine help. There it is with the divine light, divine timing. Good. God wants you to know that He has not forgotten or abandoned you, as He loves you completely. All right. Prayer. Somebody, had awakenings with some kind of prayer. All right. So God is arranging a wonderful new stage of your life. Talk to God often and you will feel the coming miracle. God also reminds you of the importance of divine timing. So as long as you continue to adhere to your thoughts and confidence, nothing can stop you from getting what you want. That's right. That's why you got the Hierophant. And divine timing is all over here. Okay? Something to do with divine timing, guys. So you have divine guardianship, prosperity, and satisfaction coming to you. All right? This was your reading. I hope it resonated. Don't forget to like and all that good stuff. Share. Please be kind to one another. Don't be mean, because mean people suck. All right, till the next time, my beautiful Taurus, I will see you soon. Peace out.